وشارك في الاحتفال طلاب من مدارس المنطقة برقصات فولكلورية، ثانوية الأرز حصبية، راهبات القلبين الأقدسين مرجعيون، والمتوسطة الرسمية في بلاط.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can now see the parade marching into the parade ground. It is led by Lieutenant Colonel Dilip Sharma, the Deputy Commanding Officer, behind whom is the parade adjutant, Major Surma Vinod. Today's parade will be commanded by Colonel J.S. Batabyal, Commanding Officer, Indian Battalion, who will take over the parade from the Deputy Commanding Officers slightly later. There are 3 foot marches from contingent and 1 mounted contingent. To the right ground is a Charlie company commanded by Major Sharma. In the center is a ground company commanded by Captain Manish Awasthi. And to the left is the Alpha company commanded by Major Rajiv Kochi. Behind the contingents is the mounted contingent commanded by Captain Vijay Sarai. Between the marching and mounted contingents, Ladies and gentlemen, the colors will now enter the parade ground. all guests are requested to rise when the colors marching and remain standing while the national anthem is being played. Ladies and gentlemen, may I request you to please rise. The color party consists of Captain Puneet Ahuja carrying the UN flag, Captain Piyush Vyas carrying the Lebanese flag, and Lieutenant Neeraj Nath carrying the Indian flag. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You may please take your seats now. As is the custom worldwide, the colors are regarded with respect. The enchanting tune you just heard is the Indian national anthem, which was written by the famous Indian poet Rabindranath Tagore.
दूसरी बटालियन चौथी कर का राइफल 7 अफसर 17 जेसीओ 147 सदरान परेड पर हाजिर हैं श्रीमान।
The commanding officer, Colonel Batabyal. Colonel Batabyal, the commanding officer INDBATT, has now taken his place at the head of the parade. Colonel Batabyal hails from the city of Calcutta in West Bengal, state of India, a product of the internationally acclaimed Defence Services Staff College. He is a master of military science and defence strategy. He has held all appointments tenable in an infantry battalion and has been serving in the same regiment since the last 20th occasion. His Excellency Mr. Ajay Chaudhary, the Ambassador of India in Lebanon, is now arrived. He is accompanied by his wife, Mrs. Kalpana Chaudhary.
INDBATT Infantry Battalion Group, INDBATT, Medal Parade, ready for your inspection, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, the force commander will now inspect the parade. Major General J.K. Kornote has 32 years of distinguished service with the Royal Fiji Military Forces. He has returned to UNIFIL for a record 6th tour of duty. Ladies and gentlemen, General Kornote is a very decorated soldier. He was awarded the Military Cross for gallantry. He is a recipient of the Officer of the Order of Fiji Military Division, Brother of the Order of St. John of Jerusalem, and the Meritorious Service Decoration. We here in UNIFIL are fortunate to have such an experienced commander guiding us from time to time. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we will begin with the medal presentation ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, you will see the Indian officers joining the parade for receiving the UN Peace Medal. The first to receive the medal will be the in Contigo, Colonel Batabyal, followed by the commanding officer and the Subedar Major in INDBATT. Ladies and gentlemen, you can see the force commander pinning the UN Peace Medal onto the proud chest of our Indian Contigo. Our heartiest congratulations to the Contigo. You can now see the commanding officer in bat, Colonel Guru Batabyal, receiving the medal. Subedar Major Dhan Bahadur Rana is now being awarded the Peace Medals. I would also here like to request the Chief of Staff and the Air Force Corps to kindly join in for presenting the medals to the rest of the contingent. And all of you present, the man has finally found him successful. George.
وصلت إلى جنوب لبنان في 23 تشرين ثاني 98 وأخذت مكان الكتيبة النرويجية في 28 تشرين ثاني 98. إنها تجربة 3 أشهر لأن حيث أن الكتيبة كان عليها أن تستقر وتفهم الدور الجديد عما يختلف كليا عما كنا نؤدي في بلدنا من مساعدة علي الربيع ودفاع من القائد العام ومنكم جميع الموجودين اليوم إن الكتيبة الهندية ثبتت بنجاح عالمي إننا متشكرين لكم جميعا.
1,580 military and civil peacekeepers have given the ultimate sacrifice. Because today we are receiving the United Nations Peace Medal.
بدأ الاحتفال بالنشيد الوطني الهندي، ثم عرض للفرق الهندية المشاركة، ثم تقديم العلم، فكلمة القائد العام للقوات الدولية الجنرال كونروتي.
Chief of the Army Staff, General Chandrasekhar. Mayors, Muktas, and local leaders, Chief Administrative Officer, Senior Administrative Officer, Senior Advisor, Chief of Staff, civilian military staff of UNIFIL, officers, men and women of INDBATT-I, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, namaste, marhaba, and a warm welcome to you all. First of all, may I take this opportunity to acknowledge the presence and formally welcome to UNIFIL two very distinguished guests. To the Indian Ambassador to Lebanon, Mr. Chaudhry, Your Excellency. I know it's your second visit to the Indian Battalion since the unit's deployment at the end of last year, and I would like to thank you most sincerely for your assistance and continued interest in the battalion's participation with UNIFIL. I'm equally happy to welcome General Chandrasekhar, Vice Chief of the Army Staff of the Indian Army, who is also Colonel of the 2nd 4th Gurkha Regiment, President of the Brigade of Gurkhas, and the former commanding officer of the unit. Your Excellency, my dear General Shekhar, thank you for gracing this medal parade with your presence this morning. I hope you enjoy your short stay with us. This morning I was honored and privileged to present on behalf of the Secretary General of the United Nations and UNIFIL the UNIFIL Peace Medal to the officers, men and women of INDBATT-I. This medal is a token symbol of our humble thanks and appreciation and those of the UN community for the professional dedication and sacrifice shown by the unit as we strive together towards the final implementation of the UNIFIL mandate. May I offer my congratulations to the medal recipients and remind you to wear the award with pride and satisfaction because right here. Today's ceremony is unique that it marks another turning into history and to celebrate INDBATT-I first medal parade. In another week's time, we will commemorate the force's 21 years in operation. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, UNIFIL is fast becoming an old mission. As the 2nd 4th Gurkha Battalion has joined UNIFIL at a very interesting juncture in the history of the force and in view of the latest political and operational developments, which would inevitably impact on our ability to fully implement our mandate. The unit's contribution is most welcome and vital to our success. To our gathered friends, the 2nd 4th Gurkha Battalion has come to UNIFIL with a long and impressive military history, which dates back more than 100 years. The unit is deployed in one of the most sensitive sectors of the UNIFIL area of operations, which is entirely within the ICA. Since your deployment and assumption of control from the Norwegians last year, I have followed with great interest and admiration the firm, but friendly and fair manner in which you have been performing your tasks. I would like to commend you, for you have certainly made your presence felt. The humanitarian assistance which you provide to the people of the surrounding villages, together with the social and cultural interaction with the locals, has fostered a friendly relationship between UNIFIL and the community. This friendly and cordial relationship should be maintained and nurtured if we are to succeed in our mission. To the Muktas, religious leaders and our Lebanese friends from the surrounding villages, I would like to thank you for your presence today, but more importantly, acknowledge and express UNIFIL's appreciation and gratitude for your friendly support and cooperation. Stay proud. May I ask that we continue to help each other in our collective search for peace in Southern Lebanon. Without your support, our tasks would be much more difficult. To Colonel Batabyal, commanding officer of INDBATT-I, may I congratulate you and thank you for your loyalty and the very professional manner in which you have commanded the unit. Similarly, I would like to acknowledge and commend Colonel Dalip what was the A-class log and Indian contingent commander, for the very professional manner in which he and the Indian officers had been performing their duties in headquarters, in the Corps, the military police company, and the Force Mobile Reserve. Once again, congratulations to the Medal of the Hippies. Thank you, Dhanyavad, Shukran, and may God bless you all.
Thank you, General Kornote, for your kind words and for raising the morale of the Indian contingent. We are indeed grateful to you, sir. The presentation ceremony is now over. The parade will now accord a general salute to the Force Commander. Ladies and gentlemen, the colors will now leave the parade ground. You are requested to please stand when the colors are going past. The parade will now be marching past the saluting dance. The Force Commander will take the salute. With the last year of mentioned in that area of operations, help us out, please help me